Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, and as you can tell by this wildly different setup, I'm trying something completely new today. Yeah, cartoons and video games, not childish enough. Today we're talking toys. Though, I say that, but this is not just like a normal toy. This is a collectible, rather expensive, imported action figure that I bought online, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to show off. I am something of a collector. What I collect is figures in the Figma line, which is put out by a company called Max Factory through a company called Good Smile, and they look like this. Here's Kyoko from Madoka Magica, and as you can see, it's a very detailed, very well-articulated, and just really expressive and, again, detailed figure. I mean, she's got her Pocky and her spear, and just she comes with all sorts of accessories, and they're like hands that you can swap out to do different things. I mean, this one's got Pocky grafted into it. There's one where you can make her fight two-handed or just whatever, and she also has different faces. If you don't want her with Pocky face, you can swap it out with something else, and yeah, just basically customize it in all sorts of ways, pose it however you want. They're just really nice, just things. I mean, they're kind of pricey, though not that bad. Not as bad as you might think for how just quality it is. And the reason I bring this up, the reason I brought out Kyoko here, is because the figure I'm about to show you, I bought it because it kind of looked like a Figma. I mean, it's not. I forget what the make is. I should have looked that up. But I looked at the pictures and it looked very similar. It's got the hands, it's got the different face plates, and all sorts of accessories, and it looked of very similar quality, very similar scale, very similar molding, and all that stuff. So I brought out Kyoko just to compare and see how this stacks up to what I'm used to. And if you've read the title, you already know that the figure I'm looking at is one of the protagonists of RWBY, Ruby Rose. And I'm really looking forward to it, so let's get started. This will be my first RWBY figure other than those chibi figures that you've probably seen in the background of my facecam reaction videos if you watch those. I mean, maybe you're just here for this. I've never done something like this, so I might get some new people. But yeah, I have the chibis of all of Team RWBY and Nora. But those are pretty simple. They're not really articulated all that much, and they're just like solid lumps. They're cute though, and I like them. But this is a more real figure, more proportional and all that stuff, which there are a lot of RWBY figures. There's the McFarlane Toys ones, which I think are the most popular because they're the most like inexpensive. So a lot of people get those. And there's also another from the same make that I got this one, but like pricier because it's like a actual statue that's posed and just all detailed and not really an articulated thing. And there's also another articulated one by a company I believe called 3-0, which I considered getting at one point, but they did look cool. They had like cloth clothing and stuff, and that was kind of neat, but I didn't really like the expressions, and there was no exchangeable expressions. You were just stuck with the one, and it didn't really feel like the characters, so I never really looked into those too much. But I'm wasting enough time. Let's go ahead and get to this. Big box. And, yeah, let's adjust the camera so you can see where the box ends. And let's get into it. I have opened the box, but I have not looked inside, because this is kind of an unboxing video. So I'm also going to tell you what I think of this thing and really compress that other one. Sorry for the noise. And here we go. Adjust the camera back down. And look at that packaging. RWBY. And Super Action Statue. And it is in Japanese because, yeah, it was made in Japan. Though I did buy it from the Rooster Teeth store, didn't have to import it or anything. They sold it there. It is kind of expensive, about $100, but I wanted it, so I still bought it. And look at that art there. I mean, well, it's not art, it's just pictures of the figure, I would hope. But nice, and you can see different expressions and just all the stuff. And yeah, it's very nice packaging. Ruby Rose. Super action statue. Yeah, and there she is. Let's just go ahead and end the suspense and look at her. Kind of wish I was looking for what the name of the people who made it is, but not really seeing that. I should have looked that up. I mean, it's like some weird name. Medicos. I don't know what that is. That's not the name I saw before. But, yeah, it's good packaging. Why don't we go ahead and look inside, though? Take her out of the box. There we go. Get a better look. It does look about the same size. I mean, maybe a little bigger. What do we got with it? This thing in Japanese. I don't know what this is. Probably not as exciting as the figure, but my thing's doing something. But that's cool. We got like a little telling us how it works, I guess. Oh, I'm sure we can figure it out on our own. Let's look at the accessories first. Save blast. Oh wow, Crescent Rose is huge. I mean, this is a stand, I'm guessing. I didn't bring out a Figma stand. Let's see how they compare, though. I think I have one near me. It's definitely a different shape, but this part's very similar. Yeah, it snaps in like that. Pretty good stand, I mean. Let's see. Yeah, luckily my Figma, where I display them, is right near here. Here's a Figma stand for comparison. It's pretty similar, but a little simpler in the bottom bit. I mean, that's a very different design. Also, here's Moody. I stole her stand because nearest one to me. But yeah, here's Crescent Rose. Really cool. I mean, it doesn't move at all. The weapon isn't articulated, which is kind of a shame because that's one of the fun things about Crescent Rose is just how many moving parts it has. But you kind of want to move it, and it's a little flimsy feeling. That's not good. But it looks just awesome. I mean, look at that detailing. And, yeah. And it's, yeah, about as long as Kyoko's spear. So, there we go. Well, let's get to RWBY herself. Open this up. So we got a compact gun form Crescent Rose, but it's like way smaller than I feel it should be. Is there something I'm missing here? Like, does something come off? Let me look at this. It doesn't even talk about her weapon. What else? What's this? Oh, wow. That's her little cross. That's a separate thing. I wouldn't normally think that would be. And the hands aren't going to be as interesting, so let's just take a look at RWBY herself. Finally, get her out of there. And, yeah, she's... Oh, wow. Yeah, the articulation is very smooth. It moves easily, and there's a lot of it, so that's good. And her cape... Kind of weird doing a cape like this with solid plastic, but it is very movable, very, like, it's 3 separate pieces, but which kind of gives it a weird look, honestly. But I mean, what are you gonna do? These don't use actual like cloth ever, or the Figmas don't. But the skirt, oh, the skirt's also multiple pieces, so you can kind of move it around a bit more. Which I mean, Figma does that too. And yeah, she's actually, the articulation's a lot smoother than a Figma. So this is, yeah. In size comparison, let's see, Kyoko and RWBY. Yeah, they're about the same height. I mean, look at that, pretty close. So very much in scale. And I figure the two characters would be about the same height, as they're similar age. And yeah, very damn good. I mean, the detail, again, I think it actually might have the other one beat a little bit. It's a cute face. I wasn't very impressed with the picture of her more standard face when I saw it online, but in person it actually looks really good. Really like the character. It's a good, expressive looking. And where's that thing? Where's this go even? This cross. I mean, thought it went like, I don't even see how that connects. She wears it around her neck, doesn't she? Or is it something? Let's look at this thing again. No, that's not a help. Well, maybe I'll figure it out. Let's look at the other face. No, oh, it's another head, so that's different. Instead of swappable face plates, this comes with a swappable head. So let's see how easy the head comes off. Just pulled off RWBY's head. Sorry, RWBY. Just straight up decapitation. Yeah. I really like this shouting face, though. It'll be great for, like, action poses. Kind of pulled off easily, but it's not really going in. Taking a bit more force. I can't tell. I guess that's good. Yeah. And actually, I liked the look of the shouting face more online than I do in person, so it's kind of opposite. So there's kind of, it's weird, the effect. Huh. I don't know. It kind of looks like a bit, it's like too dark. It's maybe a bit too much detailing there. So, I don't know, but, yeah. And the hands are pretty similar size. I mean, maybe a little bigger, but that's fine. Now, pull off easily. What other hands we got? Pretty nice assortment. Yeah, not really going to bother looking at them too much, because not really the most exciting thing. But I'm still just really wondering. Oh, that comes off. So I guess it's just a replacement thing if you want to give her a cross instead of the rose. Or, I don't know, you just replace something else on her little belt. Could have sworn she wore her cross around her neck, or is that, I forget. Then there isn't a place for it around there. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay, she comes apart at her waist. I did not know that. I guess that's so you can take the belt off, if you just want her to go without it entirely. And then there's a little thing on the back. Oh, that's so you can put the, okay. Where did I put the folded up version of the crescent rose? I guess, yeah, kind of lost that. Where, I guess it's, no, I don't see that. has to be around me. I haven't moved. So, oh, there it is. Right in front of me. Hard to see stuff past the camera, though. So yeah, this folded up, I guess it's less of the gun and more just so you can have her in non-action poses and still have Crescent Rose involved. Kind of behind her where she keeps it. And that face is kind of bothering me. I think I'm actually going to go back to the standard face. It's a little less uncanny valley. Which is weird because it was exact opposite on the when I was looking at the figure when I decided to buy it. So yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Oh, and I put her waist on backwards. Sorry, Ruby, I don't know what I'm doing here. Never done this before. And you're new. But let's go try and equip her with Crescent Rose. How exactly should I be doing this? How do they pose her in the thing? So grip this part. I would probably need a better gripping hand. Wrong hand. Dang. Has to be a better one. Do we have a... So that's not going to work with that. This part something now? Huh. The hands are a bit disappointing. Don't really see how... I guess this one will work. It doesn't really slip in that easily. Maybe it was if I wasn't trying to keep it on camera. Or maybe not. Well, there it goes. That's kind of an awkward grip, though. Let's see. But, I mean, there isn't really another one that I can slip a weapon into. Oh, I see. That's actually a good one. It has the finger hold for the... So, yeah. Try and get her to a classic RWBY pose. It's kind of hard because the thing has weight to it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, hands are not supposed to bend that way. Okay. Maybe I gotta try like this. Yeah, this makes more sense. Well, you get the idea. I'll try and pose her better on my own time. This hand, I don't know. It's kind of coming out. Okay, that looks better now. But, yeah, she's very, very articulate. I think eventually I'll be able to get her into a nice pose. And, yeah, it's a really good figure. I'm really impressed with the quality. It is better than the Figma, I will say that. I mean, just in terms of, let's get rid of the spear for comparison. And now I'm having trouble with Kyoko. Let's see, get that out of the hand. Which, yes, I can equip RWBY with this weapon too, I guess. Kind of. Doesn't really stay very well. But, there we go. Yeah. Now RWBY has a spear. And alternatively, I could probably make the Figma hold the other thing, because, yeah, there's a thin enough part here that it'll probably slip in. Yeah. Kind of fits Kyoko. Yeah. But, yeah. But yeah, I think in terms of detailing and articulation, it exceeds the Figma. I'm not really happy with the other face. It's kind of a bit, bit weird. The other head, though it is cool how they have different heads for this thing as opposed to different faces. Kind of makes it more understandable why there's only one alternative, which is something, because with Figma usually you get at least like 2 other ones, but if it's whole other heads, I kind of understand why they only gave me 1 extra one. I just wish the mouth was less dark, because it looks weird. And yeah, I like the belt and how it's a separate piece and you can take it off and swap out the accessories on it, I guess. And, yeah, the boots look nice. And, yeah, the cape's cool. It's really quality thing. Oh, and even, I didn't notice that there's articulation on this little cloak bit. That's probably why I was having trouble, with the posing, because this was in the way. It even comes off. Yeah, so if you want, that probably makes it a lot easier to pose. Yeah, okay. That's why I couldn't get her up there. Okay, I couldn't quite get to the RWBY pose because the cloak was in the way. Does it all come off? No. Yeah, just those 2 bits come off. And, yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm pretty pleased with my purchase here. This was, it's a very, very nice figure, and I would buy others in the line, which I hope they do. I hope they do one for every member of Team RWBY. I would love that, and, yeah, I would totally purchase them all. So, if you see this, anyone at Rooster Teeth, keep that in mind, and you'll, yeah, make your money off me at least. But I think that pretty much covers this. Let me know what you thought of this whole unboxing figure review thing. I might do it again. And I might do it again very soon because I have another figure coming pretty soon. So, we'll see. Something completely different, something non-RWBY, but something which might interest some people on my channel because it's based on another thing I reacted to. But yeah. Anyway, that covers this, and I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.